What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here. We are back with another music reaction of Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
Together we are
HellaDepraved.
And this is your pick.
I'm excited. I mean, we wanted to do
it.
this weekend, but we don't record on weekends.
No, we don't.
So, we're here now, and this is Knox with Hi-Rez, and it's going to be fabulous, I'm sure.
It is. Fun fact. I have only ever won one game of chess in my life.
Really?
Now, I have not played
Excessive amounts of chess. I could probably count on at most 4 hands how many games of chess I've played in my life. 4 hands?
4 hands.
Okay.
Look, it's either 2 hands and 2 feet or 4 hands.
Right.
Or 4 feet.
Okay.
And the one game I did win, I won in 5 turns. And it was against my dad. And
I'm sure he was
flabbergasted.
proud and not proud at the same time.
He had beaten me. He's the only person I've ever played. And he had just always beaten me. And again, it was just kind of a luck. Like, I wasn't planning ahead like they try to teach you when you're playing chess.
Strategy, right?
Right. I was just moving along.
You're like, yeah.
And then
my neighbor taught me when I was young.
Right.
I have since forgotten all of it. Yeah.
Well, what's great is, so when I moved into the checkmate position,
both of you just kind of
I stopped and I went checkmate.
Wait, is that what I think it is? Yeah, no, I've forgotten.
I stopped and went checkmate. And my dad goes, no way.
He had to rethink the whole thing.
And he sat there for 45 minutes
just
staring at the board.
Dumbfounded. What?
And I retired from chess.
Yeah, they go out with the big win. Right. I wish I remembered how to play, but not enough that I want to take up playing it anymore.
I know how to play.
Right. I don't remember.
Like, I know what all the pieces do. I just don't care.
Vaguely remember. Vaguely.
Plus, there's better games that are like chess that are more modern.
Although, I don't know. Chess is,
I did always want to learn the Star Trek version of chess. That board that was like several tiers that they...
Yeah.
But no, I was never going to spend the $600 it was going to cost to get one. Anyways, super excited for this. Absolutely love Knox Hill and Hi-Rez.
I was super psyched when I heard that this was coming out. I was psyched to hear that Knox was coming out with an entire album.
Yes.
We will be checking that out at some point. Guys, we're behind. We're moving. There's all sorts of crap going on right now. So, we're here for this, and I'm...
we covered Hi-Rez not too long ago when he put together that epic fucking collaboration with everyone we grew up listening to.
Right.
And then
Knox has been a while.
It's been a while since we've reacted to Knox.
Yeah,
but he had a Halloween EP.
Oh yeah, we did do one from that. That was a reaction.
Right. And it was fire.
Yes. Okay.
I like evil Knox. If you could be evil all the time, I mean, we would appreciate it. Don't do it if it puts you in a bad headspace. I'm just saying.
It was great fun.
It's a lot of fun.
That's the second one of his that we've done that was, because he did one months ago or months prior to Halloween. Because the one we reacted
to was Split.
Yeah.
Anyways. We're going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If not, click the link in the description below. Hop on over to all the things. Coming back when we say that because we're commentary, reaction, breakdown, comedy channel. What that means, we will pause for any and or all of the above. With that being said, it is time to slash down and break it down. Knox is going to give us a lot to think about.
He said this is one of his most important messages to date, so I'm excited to see what's about.
Knox Hill featuring Hi-Rez Checkmate. Let's get it.
Thank you for everything you never said to me. Everything that I would think sink deep on a brink, lose sleep. But I dream of that piece that I put to your teeth, please. You pleaded, I pulled it. Watched you bleed on these streets that raised me. Brains on the pavement, sprayed in repayment. Fuck you, hip-hop, you made me. Lost in a race.
That's a lot of pills, dude.
I love fuck hip-hop songs.
Right. Well, and I like his double with the peace. Like, actual peace sign and then a piece to his teeth. That's a lot of pills.
Stay away from the pills, Knox.
Anybody, really.
Or I'm gonna come kick you in the ass. I don't know where you live, but I'll come do it, damn it.
Right.
Unless they're needed for like mental health issues.
Well, yeah. There's plenty of things to take medication for. Just,
right.
Moderation, y'all.
And don't drink while taking medication.
Just, take them as prescribed. Well, okay. As long as you have a good doctor. There's a whole bunch of side notes to get into there. But if you need the medication, make sure you're taking it the right way.
Unless it causes anal leakage, then stay away. That's nasty.
Read the side effects.
Yes. My favorite, they go through all these side effects, and then you always get to the last one that's always may cause death. Then why am I taking it?
Right.
Anyways.
Brains on the pavement, sprayed in repayment. Fuck you, hip hop, you made me. Lost generation, lost in the cost and the price for the playlist. Little bit of Ritalin, fill it in, feeling ill again, so I fill it with reeling in delirium. A little more Librium, feel my equilibrium. I'm delirious, no I'm serious. Black on my thoughts, my scars bring pain. These dark lords a big pharma, must not be named. Ring around his roses. Smile pretty till the thorn exposes. It's all crowns to the crown deposes. And these downs exposed hoes in our soldiers. These souls at war, regicide the culture. Rest in peace, young kings, Mac and Juice. 999, what's the devil flip round, but he got look down. I've been thinking, I think too much. I've been thinking, I think too much. Maybe. But is it enough? The devil's in my ear and I fear I've been touched. I fear what I've done, but I set plays. These nights when I'm bored, raise your peace and I test fate. Checkmate.
Ooh. So he's got uppers for the down moments, downers for the up moments. Ritalin to keep him focused and awake. I mean, he's talking about Big Pharma and their control of the people via drugs.
Right.
And its role in hip-hop. At least even more so now. I mean, it's always had a finger in the pie of artistry, not just music industry. But even more recently with, the stuff people sing about.
Well, it's not even just that. It's also, funnily enough, usually people that are, I want to say entertainers, but it's not all entertainers. Like YouTubers,
right,
music artists, and stuff like that. Usually, a lot of people in one of those kinds of categories usually do have mental health issues.
You're talking about artistic, creative people in general.
Right.
They don't even have to be famous or,
right.
Yeah.
Which is honestly, weirdly enough, kind of a side effect of being someone in one of those fields.
Well,
I won't say a side effect. It's a...
No, it's a large problem for people with creative brains.
Right.
It's sort of the emotional side of the whole thing, plus the struggle to put yourself forward with your art.
Right.
But you think about people that didn't even necessarily think that they were going to gain fame, but like Van Gogh. He had some serious problems.
Let's be real. Most painters that were painters that you see in museums and shit like that
had some very serious problems.
Most of them didn't even become famous until after they were dead.
That's a problem with creative people as well. Look at the musicians that didn't.
Yeah, most musicians don't get their roses till they've passed away.
Correct. So but it's that creative side. It seems like the more logical and therefore able to limit your emotional response to the world around you, sort of the better you maintain status quo and equilibrium within your own brain. That's not an always, because the higher up the genius rank you are, the more prone you also are to mental problems, because you know what? You can see the state of the world, and the state of the world ain't good, and depression sets in. So, I mean, it's sort of a thing, but obviously we have seen a trend that has just been multiplying with the music industry sort of being bought and paid for in the mainstream with drugs, alcohol, and sex as the major sellers. And a lot of that is being promoted by the big pharma companies. I mean, they had to switch tactics because we look back to when Purdue was just absolutely pushing OxyContin. And they had their in back then until it was found out that it was addictive. And now we have, you know, a huge crisis of heroin and prescription pills because they actually instigated it, trying to sell off OxyContin. So they had to switch how they so now it's just this big thing. But yeah, you see his chessboard is just full of all the different meds you can get your hands on. And he was talking about Ritalin, which, you know, if you have ADD, it's prescribed and it sort of settles you down, focuses you. If you don't, it's an upper. A lot of people in college take it to write their papers.
Right.
You know? It's kind of not the way one should be going. Yeah.
Right.
No trust for Hollywood, no trust for the government.
Oh, shit.
Hey, that was a...
He just jumped
just
right the
like,
fuck up
yeah,
in there.
Yeah. All right.
No trust for Hollywood, no trust for the government. Hip-hop was in love with it. These celebrities and these actors and these ball players, they on some sucker shit. I don't trust these labels, I don't trust these suits. They all be summoning the devil, I'm a rebel with a cause. Ain't nobody stopping it. Shout out to the homie Knox Hill. I ain't really trusting Fort Knox. They tell us that $1 backed by gold. The sheep are so brainwashed. I'm a lion in the herd. Never lying, that's my word. Mothers are crying, children are dying. We blaming each other, that's absurd. They got camera.
I love how he said that they claim the dollar's backed by gold.
Right. No trust for Fort Knox.
And there's no way in hell at this point in life it is.
No, and I mean, look, if anyone believes that our government, with the absolute, like, deficit, the bill that we owe elsewhere, has our best interests in terms of controlling our money, like, look at Social Security and what retirement age now is, and them using the funds that we are required to pay every year to bail themselves out, creating more debt, and also no retirement now.
What's always baffled me is, like, we owe, as a country, so much money to so many other countries.
An absurd amount of money that it makes it sound fake. Yeah.
But all the countries we owe money to
owe us.
Owe other countries money.
Right.
And it's like,
nobody can pay.
Why can't the world just get together and be like, yo,
we need to kind of scrap this.
We need to scratch all this shit.
Right.
And start working together on trying to figure out how the fuck we're going to live after we've killed off our fucking planet, because that's where we're headed.
Well, I bet it's more like look, these are fake numbers now.
Yeah.
You know, even if we cancel out what you owe to us and we owe to you, and it just makes no sense. We're going to start over, you know. But our own government is screwing us because the money that we pay into stuff and then are promised the benefits for paying them, we're not even guaranteed to receive at this point. Right. So saying that something is backed by gold, but then the price of gold is ever fluctuating. You know, like, look, we're talking about drugs here, so let's just be completely honest. There is one thing that I know of off the top of my head in this world that almost never changes price, and that is cocaine.
Right.
And it's done for a reason. It's done for a reason. It's so that people keep buying it. And do you know how profitable it is?
And at the end of the day, there is not one inanimate object out there that's actually worth a fucking thing.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah, That is all something.
Your nice car that you probably have ain't worth shit. Your Yeezys that look ugly as fuck ain't worth shit.
Okay, well, a lot of it is subjective. I mean, you're not wrong, but
no, because at the end of the day, when you die,
right,
you gonna take that shit with you? Where are you gonna take it?
Also, you get stuff like, you know, the material in your Yeezys and Crocs. Unfortunately, you're not going to be taking with you. Like, neither is the planet. Like, it's probably going to sit in a landfill for the next million years. But I was just saying, in terms of if you want to put your money on something, like, why don't we make gold or whatnot as ever-changing, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. He's not wrong. There's really very little trust for representatives in any field at this point. Yeah.
Word. Mothers are crying, children are dying, we blaming each other, that's absurd. They got chemicals in what you eat. Our taxes never fix the streets. They finally taxing on the marijuana, people doing life for some weed. Damn, justice system ain't just. Listen to the cancer mob, that's a must. There ain't no one that we can trust, except God is the only one. These politicians always lobbying for policies that are obviously benefiting all the stockholders, screaming global warming and economy. Diseases make more than a cure. Sugar leaking out the pores. They want you docile and poor. Third eye open since I was born. Rest.
Right.
I've been thinking, I think too much. I've been thinking, I think too much. Maybe. But is it enough? The devil's in my ear and I fear I've been touched.
Now, that is actually one thing I will disagree with Rez on.
What?
And that is global warming is 100% a real thing.
It is. Now, used
it's
as
not,
a scare tactic
right.
is how I'm taking what he's saying. There's obviously enough damage to our, you know, ecosystem in general that you can't dispute that there are changes. But I think what he was saying was fear tactics.
Yeah, and the changes aren't as steep as what it's made to look like.
As some people.
It's steep.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you know, the planet's going to be gone tomorrow.
Right.
Now, if a meteor hits Earth tomorrow and it is gone tomorrow, I'm not going to feel bad. I'll be dead.
Right. But I'll haunt you with your words.
How?
I don't know.
There's not going to be
figure it out.
Anyways.
No, I understand what he's saying in terms of, like, the way that people lobby at this point is a lot of fear tactics. And I definitely, guys, believe in doing your part to try and help our ecosystem. Because we are the people doing the damage.
Right.
So there are things that you can do. I also agree with him, like the sugar leaking out of your pores. Like, processed sugar has become a huge thing. You drink a shit ton of Mountain Dew. I'm not getting on anyone's case about it. But I am saying that sugar was kind of used in the industry a lot like some of these illicit substances in terms of controlling groups. You know, it was handed out freely, and now we have a huge problem with diabetes and other health-related stuff.
Diabetes.
People being overweight, you know, like it's a huge problem, especially in the U.S. There was a lot of stuff that both of them have mentioned that
they're both very much on point.
That are just should be triggering to people. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I'm sitting here like, oh, and we could talk about this, but those would be very long conversations, guys, and we've already
drug this out.
No, I mean, like, these are very potent things that, of course, as artists, they've lyrically put their verses together very well, but, like, every sentence has at least 3 things that you could unpack, and each of those things could be an hour conversation.
Right.
So this is one of those tracks that's very tough to react to, because you'd almost have to do it sentence by sentence so that you could have a, you know, philosophical debate plus a debate over. I mean, it's just, yeah, fabulous though.
I think too much. Maybe. But is it enough? The devil's in my ear and I fear I've been touched. I fear what I've done, but I set plays. These nights when I'm bored, raise a piece and I test fate. Checkmate.
Excuse me.
A nation addicted to painkillers. Plantations enlisted with pain dealers. See the gameplay with new slave dealers. Embrace it their way, so I paint pictures. But they got me addicted to paint thinner. Settle down. Devils around, let them frown. Then set them up with self-help and sedatives till you settle in the ground. They're selling you downs while they set in new highs. While these officials get paid on the slide. Write all the laws that are made from these bribes. Devil's actors activating white coats. Set up tactics, fascinating our throats. Pushing narcos, Pablos, dosing oxyco until we choke. But we're too dope to even know we're feeling, so we hold our nose, they hold our dough, and we go dive into the lows like, whoa. Purdue Pharma, ain't assist, they twist descriptions, pay the doctors to list prescriptions, create this opera while the FDA orchestrates it all. We're really just pawns. Checkmate.
So, yeah, Blacklist is the album we want to check out. He just mentioned pretty much everything I had said at the beginning of the track with the Purdue and Oxycontin, and, you know, people are getting, I don't know, it definitely bribes, but they're getting profit on the side. And the FDA is sort of orchestrating, helping things out. It's sad that the government is so sly that they don't just admit that they're doing a lot of widespread testing that should have done before these drugs were even released.
Right.
Like OxyContin, I'll go back to that because it was an example he used and I used earlier. They were claiming that it wasn't addictive whatsoever. And even that the patients that were self-reporting that they thought they were addicted, that it was a false addiction. What it actually meant was that they weren't getting a high enough dose, which obviously led to more problems. And then when the doctors some doctors got wise to it, pulled their patients off, well, then the problem was that the patient was still addicted. And so heroin became the substitute when they couldn't afford, because OxyContin can go for like $30 a pill. And people take way too many of those to afford in a day. Now, the other side of this, because he was talking about the highs and the lows, is it scared so many people, this widespread prescription pill opioid addiction, that now there's such heavy restrictions on doctors for prescribing any type of opioid that the people who are in legitimate pain have a very hard time getting their medications, especially if it's chronic pain. Because, to be fair, guys, with, you know, having had fibro since I was 13, there's some people that we know we are more likely to get addicted because of how long a stretch of time we're going to need to be on pain meds. Now, I'm not one of them because pain meds don't work on me. But if they did, I'd probably be an addict. Would I be the type that goes out and buys extras, who buys heroin? Most likely not. I mean, I can't say one way or another because they don't work on me. But I definitely have plenty of friends with chronic pain, MS, fibro, stuff like that need their pain meds, and it is a battle to get them, not because their doctor doesn't think that they need them, but because the government is now trying to say, oh, well, we didn't cause this problem in the first place, so we're going to fix it. And absolutely did not fix it. We still have a huge opioid problem. We still have a huge heroin, actually higher heroin problem. And the people who are in pain are now not able to get their meds either. So, do I have answers for any of it? No. No, I don't. Doesn't necessarily seem like anybody does. You know? Right. But this was a damn good track. I like the message. The message was correct and extremely well presented. I hate the message. Like everybody should. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Knox Hill featuring Hi-Rez Checkmate? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quick response. My brain hurts.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Peace!